Om Shanti, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. I am very, very happy and pleased to start a new teaching today. This will be part of the Yoga Small Talks and will be 7 minutes Gita every day. So last week I was listening to a talk on Vedanta and the means to acquire knowledge, and there was a question there about the significance of the Bhagavad Gita, and the teacher said in her answer she mentioned the Bhaja Govindam, the very famous poem composition by Adi Shankaracharya, and in it he mentioned as one of the means to get out of ignorance, Bhagavad Gita Kinchitadhita. I hope I'm pronouncing it properly. But the meaning is that even very little study of the Bhagavad Gita every day can make a huge difference. And the sages say that if we manage to fully understand and live in the light of even one verse of the Bhagavad Gita, we will get enlightenment. But the Bhagavad Gita, beyond being a moksha shastra, a teaching that can bring us to spiritual liberation, is always also a very, very helpful tool to direct us how to live our life in the best way, the day-to-day life, how to grow in virtues, how to grow in wisdom, how to reduce anger, how to reduce anxiety. Everything is there. And Swami Sivananda summarizes it very beautifully in a message that he gave on the 1st of January 1946. And it says, "Friends, Gita embodies in itself a solution to the immediately pressing problems of men and carries a wonderful message of encouragement, hope, cheer, and consolation. It is a direct appeal to divinize the entire nature of men." This little book of 700 verses is a constant companion for every man. It finds a place in the pocket of every man. It gives man a positive promise of salvation and makes him fearless. Therein lies the supreme value of the Gita. Shivananda. So Swami Sivananda tells us that the Bhagavad Gita offers a solution to all our problems. And it has advice for mundane issues as well as very, very lofty spiritual issues. And sublime teachings, inspiration, and everything is in very, very simple language. Actually, when we read the Sanskrit, it is a song. Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan is God, the Supreme Being. Gita is song. So this is the song of God. And the Gita actually came out of the mouth of Lord Krishna, the divine incarnation of wisdom, love, and supreme wisdom. And my inspiration was to offer a little bit of teaching every day, 7 minutes. We will read some of the verses, we will discuss some of the commentary based on Swami Sivananda's translation and commentary. And by that we'll keep the Gita alive in our hearts, in our minds. And it's a very good and highly recommended practice to just read the Gita constantly, again and again and again and again and again. every time we go through it again, we find new things. So there are all sorts of versions, but for instance, I have this little version. It's about the size of my hand, you see, very small. It has Swami Sivananda's commentary and a little bit, but mostly it is transliteration and translation. So, and can just read a few verses every day before we go to sleep, when we feel we need inspiration. But it's also very valuable to study the truth of the Gita, to study some of the commentaries which really shed light on the very sublime teaching that is given there. And every time we read the Gita again, we find more and more and more depth in it. So it's really very beneficial, very inspiring, and very elevating. So this is what I would like us to do together. And we will start, of course, from the first chapter. And today we will just recite the first verse of the Bhagavad Gita, just to make it more auspicious, and then we will go through the explanations in further talks. Om Dhritarashtra uvacha Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yuyutsavaha Mamaka Pandavaschaiva Kim Akurvata Sanjaya. Dhritarashtra said, "What did my people and the sons of Pandu do when they had assembled together, eager for battle on the holy plain of Kurukshetra, O Sanjaya?" Om Shanti.